It is September and it is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Welcome to commUNITY.
The weather is glorious. I'm Claudine Ewing.
And I'm Pete Gallivan, and this is the man, the myth, the legend, Wilmer Olivencia. Welcome to commUNITY.
Thank you for having me.
And it is Hispanic Heritage Month, and we're going to be talking about, when I was growing up, we grew up on the Lower West Side, and we thought of Hispanics in Buffalo as Puerto Rican. But the kind of the array of the Hispanic population has really exploded in recent years, hasn't it?
It really has. You hit the nail on the head. Growing up, I thought that the Puerto Rican community was the only community here, and lo and behold, the fabric has just grown to Dominican, Colombian, Peruvian, Mexican, you name it, we have it here. We're blessed to have organizations that represent all of those entities. We're blessed to have Hispanics United of Buffalo that says how can we help out and what can we do. Yep. And the different organizations, if it's the Olivencia Community Center or the Hispanic Heritage Council or the Puerto Rican Hispanic Day Parade, just to mention a few. All do a tremendous job, and this month you're going to really see it.
Yeah, and if the name Olivencia rings a bell, there's usually a greased pole here when we're here. The Greased Pole Festival takes place here.
That's right.
Can you tell us some of the things that people can experience during Hispanic Heritage Month? And once again, it started on September 15th.
Myself and Cass got together and we said, let's put together some type of a salsa event. And lo and behold, 12 years later, we're celebrating Salsa for the Cure. We've raised tens of thousands of dollars for cancer research.
And Cass being, of course, Cass Rodriguez from the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York.
Yes.
And that's it's really important. I mean, the whole message of a lot of different groups coming together because, it's more than just let's have a parade down Niagara Street and wave flags. This is about addressing community needs.
Definitely. It's also just reflecting on the history and on the pioneers that gave us the places that we have today, the Olivencia Community Center, the up and coming, soon to be Hispanic Heritage Council, right? The Institute. Locations where our kids and our grandkids could go to and say, who were the pioneers that, opened the doors and cut down the trees so that we could have what we have today.
We're at a time where diversity is under attack. Why is it so important that here in Western New York we embrace diversity, we embrace our Hispanic community?
This is the United States of America, and this is the place that everybody wants to come to for a better life, and the people that are coming here are looking for a better life. And they should be able to experience the same things that we experienced when our forefathers came down here and looking for that.
Brag a little bit. Who's Pucho?
That's right. That's my grandpa. Yeah. He is definitely a pioneer in this community. Came to Buffalo in the early 60s and wanted to keep the traditions of Puerto Rico here in Buffalo and was discriminated against back then and said that, we don't rent to your kind. So that's what kind of lit the fire in his belly to build this community center that we have today.
This is the new and special Hispanic Heritage Wrap on a Metro bus.
I hope that you can absorb what that means to us.
We're so appreciative of the cultural sensitivity reflected in the use of the proper blue for the Puerto Rican flag.
Our theme this year is Rhythm of Our Culture, and this certainly celebrates the many ways Hispanic and Latino cultures have shaped our community from arts and music to business, education, and public service. As this bus travels throughout Western New York, we hope it sparks conversation, pride, and learning about this rich heritage.
I'm Alexandra Rios-Malvia here in Buffalo's Hispanic Heritage District. And as you can see behind me, the construction continues for the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Center. Organizers say this building isn't just to celebrate history or culture, it's also about safety. Leaders tell me that there are plans to add security cameras and lighting, as well as other security measures to make sure that this center is safe and a welcoming hub for the community.
Been a very busy summer for our contractor and our subcontractor, and we're very excited because we continue to build the phase 1B of this project, which is the core and the shell.
Casimiro Rodriguez, president, founder, and developer of the Institute, says thanks to state funding and community support, Construction is on track. Crews are already preparing to install walls, windows, and the roof before winter.
We just went through a thorough assessment, meetings with the city of Buffalo, where they did an assessment on the health, safety, and security of the neighborhood. And they also came up with some recommendations. We really took those recommendations at heart, which consist of cameras along with bollards that are going to protect the building, the surrounding of the building, and also the street lighting.
The goal is a space that's not only vibrant, but safe. Rodriguez says protecting this center is protecting the future of Buffalo's Hispanic community.
I think it's going to be a blessing to the west side area. I mean, we're very close to downtown. I think it's going to be a great resource for our future generations to understand where we come from.
When it opens in the summer of 2026, the three-story institute will feature a museum, art gallery, cafe, theater, learning labs, and even a media center for young people to explore journalism and broadcasting.
We announced this project in 2019, and we've been working very hard to be able to deliver to the community a crown jewel, a place where folks can come and celebrate not only our Hispanic heritage, history, and culture, but we're able to preserve it.
Mexican Independence Day happens in September.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it. It's all about the food, right? Well, Lauren Hall takes us out to the Tilted Taco.
On Lakeshore Road in Angola, just steps away from the beach, there is a family-run spot drawing crowds from all over Western New York.
The name of the Tilted Taco, my son came up with that name because he says when you eat a taco, you tilt your head, so you tilt the taco. That's how we came up with the name.
Edmundo Estrada's family business started as a pop-up food stand before moving into this location early last year.
I wanted to bring a truly authentic Mexican food. Not a Tex-Mex, no variation, flavors that I grew up with.
Best sellers include chimichangas, burritos, and rice bowls. This month, a special dish honors Mexican Independence Day.
September 16 isn't Mexican Independence Day, actual Independence Day. Cinco de Mayo is another thing that everybody celebrates, which is fine, I love it. But actual Mexican Independence Day is September 16, and Mexico celebrates their independence. And I wanted to come up with something different, something commemorate.
He came up with a chimichanga topped with queso, salsa verde, sour cream, and smoky red salsa, matching the colors of the Mexican flag.
Everything is made with a lot of passion, love, and obviously I try to incorporate Mexican flavors 100%.
His daughter Erica says what keeps customers coming back is more than just the food.
He takes time, even when we have 30 tickets, orders, he likes to come out and make sure everyone's okay and have a conversation with each customer, and I think that separates from a lot of other different restaurants, and I think that's why people always come back.
Tilted Taco is at 9544 Lakeshore Road in Angola. They're open every day from noon to 9 and closed on Wednesdays.
More than anything, what means to me is the appreciation that they give me, the love that people give me. So in return, I provide you with something that I enjoy, which is my cooking and my passion for the food. And that inspires me every day.
Coming up, the city of Buffalo has a brand new school superintendent.
And I'm sitting down with him and talking about everything parents need to know. As a new year dawns in the Buffalo Public Schools, there is a new name on the door and a new person in the superintendent's office, Dr. Pascal Mubenga. Well, Doctor, welcome to Buffalo.
Thank you, Pete.
Now that you've had a chance to look around and investigate things, what's your top priority going into the school year?
Like any other superintendent, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. Safety is priority number one. Want to make sure that our staff and our students, they are safe.
And even though he's new to the job and the area, Dr. Mubenga knows that school safety has been a hot-button issue since Buffalo Police Detective Richard High went on a podcast and accused the district of sweeping safety issues under the rug.
I was aware. As I did my due diligence, I did my work researching the district. To me, that was something that can quickly be fixed. Number one, the fact that Board of Education took that proactive step to be able to give it to independent investigation. That's a sign of transparency.
What are some of the things, concrete things, that you can do to improve things from a safety perspective?
I think we gotta be really proactive when it comes to emergency management protocols. As a matter of fact, yesterday we had our leadership retreat. We had one of the detectives from Buffalo Police Department came and was able to engage our principals. So those are the signs that we have to be really proactive before something really happens.
He plans on hitting the ground running, introducing a 4-step plan for his first 100 days in office. The first step, building key relationships with the community. Second is conducting an organizational and financial review. The third is to assess teaching and learning. And the final is to enhance community engagement and public relations. He also knows that he enters a district with some baggage of his own. He stepped down as superintendent in Durham schools after a controversy surrounding overpayment of some employees.
When I applied for this job, I knew everything was online. And when I interviewed, I was very transparent. My legacy in North Carolina, folks know that they know I'm a transformation principal, and I'm also a transformation superintendent.
A native of the Republic of Congo, Mabenga spent his entire career in North Carolina. I asked him about a new start in a different state, in a district that had to use nearly $80 million in reserve funds to balance the 24-25 and 25-26 budgets. In Carolina, you came up through the system. Here, you're kind of jumping on a moving freight train. How does this present new challenges for you professionally?
Professionally, I'll say this. Our mission number one is educating students.
And as he begins this first year, he says, given his background, one of the things that excites him most about the district is the diverse population of immigrant and refugee students.
That was one of the factors. I think when they posted the position, they said there are about 100 countries represented here. I was like, okay. This is pretty much appealing to me. I can work with this population and be able to make a better difference in their lives.
On commUNITY, we not only celebrate, but we hope to educate and inform you on topics, especially when it comes to your health.
Yeah, and sepsis may be something you don't know much about, but this month, extra attention is being paid to the topic.
Sepsis is life-threatening, a complication of an infection.
Time is of the essence.
Andrea Patterson is a registered nurse.
Any infection that you have in your body, whether it be something as an infection in your tooth, pneumonia, urinary tract infection, a cut in your skin, anything can result in sepsis if it's not taken care of right away.
Last year, her 74-year-old mom died. Do you think that if more attention had been paid to your mom when she had the bed sore, that this would not have gotten to this point?
Absolutely.
She wants to spread awareness, so she wrote a book.
It's called Sepsis Awareness, a comprehensive guide for CNAs, PCAs, and MAs. People come from nursing homes when we get them in the hospital, and I think because the CNAs and the PCAs and medical assistants, they're first line. They take care of the residents and the patients. They're with them almost more than the nurses are, so they should know the signs.
Here are the symptoms: a change in mental status, fast or shallow breathing, sweating for no reason, feeling lightheaded, and shivering.
Working in the medical ICU, sepsis is always on our mind. So it is our body's response to usually a severe infection.
And it can be prevented.
If it's a particularly young patient, it's going to be a change in mentation. So that's basically the brain isn't getting enough blood flow and not enough oxygen. So the mentation's going to be off. And that's going to be the same for our elderly as well.
Sepsis, you can feel fine in the morning, and by evening time, it could spiral out of control. That's how quick it sets in.
There is also septic shock, which can affect your organs, brain, and lungs.
And that's really dangerous when the blood pressure is severely low and it's not being corrected. So it's
serious.
It is very serious.
Well, about a year ago now, we got a special walkthrough of the construction project at the Colored Musicians Club.
The man leading the charge, unfortunately, passed away August 30th. His name was Ken Peterson. Here's a little tribute to him.
He was our CEO. He was in charge of our staff, as well as he was helping us in regards to our construction project here. Just a great guy, and everybody that met him, they all fell in love with him.
Colored Musicians Club board member and band leader George Scott is talking about Kenneth Peterson, who lost his battle with cancer at just 66 years old. Peterson was born in Buffalo and later lived in Chicago. However, he always came back to Western New York to give back to his community.
If you had a question, you could go to him. If you had a problem, you could go to him. And this overall, he was just a good shoulder to lean on, even for myself. And like I said, he was just a very personable guy, and people just respected whatever he said.
As CEO, Peterson assisted with the construction of an addition to the historic Colored Musicians Club, a local institution that celebrates the roots of black music.
It'll just be sad when we cut the ribbon. It'll be sad when we start our programming, and because again, he helped us with setting all this stuff up, and not to have him there to see it through, it's going to be the part that's painful.
Scott says the community will continue to celebrate Peterson's legacy.
We'll probably come up with something, for sure to honor him in his memory. That's without a doubt, we'll definitely do that.
And now we're going to pick you up a little bit, but stick with the music. And Claudine is bringing the funk.
Ken Peterson would have loved Funk Fest, and the music that was provided this year, funky.
Coming up next on Community, we're going to talk to Christian Benford.
He's more than football. It's not every day a kid gets to sit at the table and have lunch with the Buffalo Bills player. At Parker Academy's summer program, that was on the menu. Cornerback Christian Benford was at the table and even helping the kids. At the other end of the room was a table full of Under Armour backpacks that were stuffed with school supplies.
Making an impact in somebody else's life, that's bigger than money.
And he was genuinely involved and taking in the moment.
I'm saying, I feel like a lot of times your job or other things can make you forget about the little things that really matter, that truly matter. And the world that we live in, I know it's kind of corrupt a little bit, well, more than a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And the little things like that, a smile, just a simple thing, a book bag, a filled book bag, it means a lot.
For the kids, it was a big deal when they heard a player was stopping by.
I got really excited. I was like, I wonder if it's James Cook, my mom's favorite player on the Bills.
But now this 8-year-old has a new favorite, Christian Benford.
When he came here, I was like, I thought he was really kind and nice, and he just inspired me at first glance.
And the Child Care Center director considers the visit a blessing.
And I think it's also important to let them know that football players respect education, and being that he came out and he gave them the book bags and the food sets the standards for the school year.
For Benford,
I feel joy in my spirit, so when I go on the field, it's like this little thing of football, it's just little. This is the big thing. This is what matters. The eternal life, that's what matters.
His faith guides him.
Going to church with my family and stuff. But when you're young, your aunties take you to church and so you're just tired. I didn't really connect with it until college. And I really started to hear God's voice. Some of my friends started talking to me more about God. And then I just wanted to own into it. I was young. I was like a lukewarm Christian. I was just I'm calling to God because I want this for football. It was one of those. And the more I got closer to God, the more I understood he's really like my father.
As he inspires the youth while staying humble.
This is way bigger than football. Let's call it ace of spade, ace of spade. This is way bigger than football.
You're getting them ready for school.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Changing people's lives.
Coming off a 9-win season, the UB Bulls aren't just ready to take the field this year.
They're ready to build on that recent success.
I think the feelings around our football program are incredibly high.
Building that Deputy Director of Athletics, Sean Ferreira, will tell you is also happening at UB Stadium.
It's a project we've been working on all summer. We're excited to unveil it here for our fans on September 6th.
A new fan experience with better replay, fan cams, all courtesy of this new video board.
Our last board was done probably over a decade ago.
The new video board is nearly 300% larger than the old one, but Sean says they've actually reused the old shell, removed the advertisements, and integrated the speakers into that top UB Stadium section, bringing better sound quality to fans as well.
You wouldn't hear anything over on the sides, so this year we get to upgrade our audio package essentially. So whether you're in the south stands or you're in the 300 section or right on the field, you'll be able to hear everything.
Ferreira adds that a new on-field section on the track at the south end of the stadium will bring fans closer to the action as well. There will also be a new entrance policy.
And new this year, we'll have a clear bag policy similar to what the Bills and the Sabres have, where you're coming in with a clear bag to just make the entry process a little bit smoother for all of our fans coming into the stadium.
Single game and season tickets are now on sale.
It's definitely just good family fun and something that people want to be a part of.
Look at me, I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree.
This is 16-year-old Sam Toe.
Just holding your hand.
Over the summer, he captured the crowd with his vocals at Sportsman's Tavern.
There's a certain type of energy when you walk into a room. I knew something was right.
Buffalo Academy for Visual and Performing Arts teachers like to showcase their students in the community. That's how Sam landed on stage with a professional band.
And it was so crazy to work with them. I was like, what?
And he has this crazy falsetto where he has so much control. For somebody his age or anybody, he sang his first song and blew the roof off the place.
He plays sax too.
But there's just a certain star quality of somebody who can just capture a whole room. And it's not just God-given. He works harder than almost anybody in this building.
Sam Toe has a story.
My parents came from Liberia, and they came to America at different times, you know? And thankfully my mom had because I have 10 siblings.
You know the struggle.
Yeah. You know, it's always been not hard on me, but like something on my shoulder just letting me know, hey, your parents did all this for you, you better focus up.
And music?
When you're just singing your own songs, doing your own thing, it's that freedom that I like to, feel.
What's your favorite song?
So, don't do that.
He calls himself an old soul. Al Green is his favorite.
I'm so in love with you.
He got that gospel to him. He got that silk type of talking that just, woo, you know?
You're the one I don't think we could ask for a better September day to do community.
It's spectacular, as Septembers typically are, but fall's right around the corner, and we're going to have a bunch of your fall activities and beyond next month here at Community.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you in October.